Hey everybody, it's Deb. How are you all doing? This should be Sunday, March 31st, about 7 a.m. Eastern Time when this goes up. Don't know when you're watching it, but welcome. And this is a video, it's a collaboration I'm doing with Stmpgrl, who is Paige. It's called New Project / Same Paper Collab, which basically means we're to use the same paper pad every month until it's either totally all gone or there's no more ideas coming. Like, the idea is to use up a paper pad, okay, this year. And then once we use it up, we'll continue, but we'll start a new paper pad, okay? And we each pick something different. So last month was the first month, which was February, and if you remember, I made the two purses, you know, this one and the little one, and some cards to go in it. That only used 3 sheets out of 48 papers. And I'm using, this is the one I had selected, Paradise Crush. It is a first edition paper pad, which are really hard to find here in the United States. This particular one, I think, is still on Amazon somewhere. Probably a very pricey, I don't know. I think I got it at Joann's one time. They had some. Not positive on that. But it does have 48 sheets. And some of them are single-sided, but some of them have, the ones that are single-sided all have some kind of like texture. Like these first couple feel like canvas or cloth almost. And then we've got some like 3 or 4 or so different ones that are pearlized, and then some that are glittered. They're all single-sided, and then we start with the double-sided. Well, I used up quite a bit of double-sided actually today, and 1 or 2 of those singles. I think 2 of the single-sided. Uh-oh. Just lost something. Hang on. I know where it came off. Okay. So, here's what I did, guys. When I was doing the art bar hop with Danina and Ian and folks, Maria's Miscellany was the last 2-hour stint, and she was working with wallpaper, and she made a Flowish book journal, a Flowish journal they call it. And I am new to this, so I don't know what's the difference between a Flowish journal and a flow journal and a glue book and a, you know, all these different things. I know what a junk journal is, but so I asked that question in the art bar, and here's what I found out. The Flowish journal you put together with the intent that the recipient will be able to take everything apart and use it. Whereas in I think in a flow journal, everything's put together, sort of like a junk journal, but the things in it, in the pockets or whatever, they can still use. I think that's the difference. And somebody gave me the definition, and I know I'm getting it wrong, so please forgive me. But the Flowish journal, the intent is everybody can, whoever the recipient, can take it apart and use everything in the book. So nothing is affixed permanently. Almost nothing. So here's my Flowish journal, guys, and I'm going to walk you through it. This is one of the papers that felt like wallpaper, or it's textured like wallpaper, okay? So I used that. In fact, when I was watching Maria, I was like, oh my goodness, that's what I have to do for my project with Paige. I have to make a Flowish journal, and that has to be the cover, one of those sheets. So this is the one I picked out of the, I think there's only 2, this one and a red and white stripe. So I like this one better, and remember, these are single-sided, okay? Then most of the other papers I used, except one, I think, was double-sided. And I did actually make a mistake, and I glued 1 strip of paper down here that I shouldn't have done, but I had this strip left over and I didn't know what to do with it, and it looked like a good sort of binding color. So even this ribbon is tied in through the middle and then wrapped around, and it can be removed, okay? So each of these pages was a 12 by 12 piece of paper, except that other than the cover and this piece inside the cover that's in here, I cut them down to 11 and a half, I think. Yes. No, 11 and let me think, 12. Yes, 11 and a half, I'm pretty sure. Because if I didn't, and I didn't want to sew lace around like she had done, or even glue lace around, because then it would be permanent. So I didn't want to do that. So these, well, they're sort of bulging anyway, but they were bulging even before I put things like coming out over the edges, even when before I put anything in them. So I cut the inner pages widthwise down to 11 and a half, I think, a 1/4 inch on each side. So that is a difference. Hers were all 12 by 12. And what you do is you take the paper and you fold it up 4 inches so that it's 8 inches long, and you've got a 4-inch pocket, okay? So, and then some of the pages don't have pockets. So I'm just going to try to be quickly and just go through. This is additional paper that is put inside the cover, because remember the cover one is not, it's single-sided, and this one is single-sided too. So I put single-sided to single-sided, but this one isn't folded, it's just cut down here. So I had some extra paper, so I did make some cards. Now they can either, and I'll put envelopes to go in here with them, but they can either use these as cards, or they can cut the picture, the mat off, and use the white, whoever the recipient is. And then this one was a little bit smaller, but I tried to get most of the flamingos on the cards there. So I thought that was cute, because that's one of the sparkle papers. And then over here in this pocket, I just put on acetate some washi that has flamingos and tropical flowers and some words and things. This was from a collection by Love Nicole. So I'm assuming I have a 6x6 paper pad somewhere that matches it, but I don't know. I just found that washi in my extra washis. And now I did not decorate, these pockets are not glued down, they're just hooked together with paper clips. So some have ribbon on and some do not. So these blank pages, I had a little trouble with these, but I made little envelopes out of some of the papers, and this was out of a pearlized paper. I made 2 sets of Tim Holtz Tattered Flowers dies. I just cut them, and then I cut some little and medium-sized butterflies, and some it looks like 1 or 2 scallop circle punches out for the recipient, and then that just hooks in there. And then I have another little one down here, and I think I made little bows. Now this was with a Sizzix die set I got off of, it's like a mix and match bow set I got off of Amazon a while back. So you can make different shapes of bows. So I used some of the leftover papers and made several little bows. I put some pearls on 3 of them, and the other one I left just with the little circle dot that comes out. So that's that page, which looks a little bare to me. But then I put some napkins in this one, not the paper. I was running out of ideas, guys, but this looked very tropical to me, and this had butterflies, and there are butterflies in the paper, so there's some napkins. And then on this side, last year I made that Altered Halloween book. These are some of the pages I tore out from that. I didn't distress them. I figured they could distress them in whatever color they wanted to. Let me show you the little die I used for the bows. And this is the bow die. It's Caitlin Lizardi. It's Sizzix number 663152, and it has 9 dies, but it's a mix and match thing. Thinlits. And then these I made out of just pink paper by Recollections, because I had used that for something, and I'll tell you that in a minute. And these make little pockets as well, so I made 2 of those with the extra bit of pink paper that I had. And then this, I think, oops, yeah, I have to glue that back down. Oh no, I don't, it's on. This is just on with glue dots, I think, yeah. So this is just an extra little envelope too, and I put that there actually because I didn't want that clip to ruin the pattern of the delicate pattern of that paper. So that's what I used there. Now over here, I spent quite a lot of time trying to figure out these invisible paper clips, and I made one, but I'm not happy with it. But I made like 3, and this was the best one. So I'm sorry, that's the only one you're getting, and it's not great. I definitely need more practice. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but to me, you can see the paper clip through it. So I don't know what I'm doing unless people just decorate over that. So anyway, I'm leaving that in, but I also, I forget where these came from. I think Target Dollar Spot maybe. They were in a pack that had rose gold and pink tags, so I just am putting them in as well on that page. And then this page, you can still see the other side of the hidden paper clip. And then here, this is the butterfly page. I put some butterfly stickers I had left over, and some that actually were gifted to me, and I used one of them. And then in here, oops, I just pulled one off, a little flower off on my finger. And then in here are some store-bought paper ones with embellishments on them already. I just gave them like one of each kind. I did not put a closure on that one, so I figured they can do that themselves on that envelope, and that just the flap just goes over there, and if I put this up high enough, it'll help hold that down too. Okay. Then on this side over here is another pocket, and I put in 2 tags made with one of the leftover papers, some mermaid stickers that actually someone had gifted to me, 1 extra piece of paper. I was going to do another one of those magnets, paper clips, but I didn't like the way it turned out, so I just gave them the paper and they can try it if they want to. And some peachy and sort of green, mint green doilies. There's 3 of each, I think, of those. So that's in that pocket. And the tags, I didn't do anything. They're not doubled or anything. You could actually glue these 2 together if you wanted to, or put a plain back on. It's really hard to show all this. I know I'm real close too, because my camera is, I need a different tripod thing. This is like a stand, but it's too close. I'll try to move. No, that doesn't work either. So on this side, I have extra paper left over, so I started to make IC cards, and I just ended up gluing the paper down to the ICs, and they can finish them up, decorate them however they want. All these ribbons come off, so, or eyelash trims and ribbons, so they can use those. And I also this was another piece of that, and I used actually a Stampin' Up tag topper punch to do here, and I just stapled this ribbon on so it can be unstapled. But I had all these little strips left over when I cut these pages down to 11.5, and I got out my word stickers, and I just made some little flags so they could use them on the ICs or whatever they wanted, and that's just a scrap that they can put their own word sticker on or something. And this was kind of a flub. Oh, there's another one and another one. Some of these are Tim Holtz, some of these are Dollar Tree stickers, word stickers, and I just made little banner flaggy things. And then, so this is like a little slide-through pocket. It's which they can actually cut the bottom if they want and make it into something else. I don't know. That was going to be a magnet too, and it didn't work out that way. So that's just slipped in there too. Here I made a double pocket. I followed a tutorial. I had made these in my Halloween book after I had seen Paige make them, actually. And I followed a tutorial, the same lady, I think, and made a double pocket, which I took an 8.5. I took a 12 by 12 and cut it to 8.5 by 11 to do the folds. And in it, I had, in my haul on Friday, I bought a little tablet and it had flamingo paper in. I decided not to put the whole book in here because it's too big, so I just put some of that out. And then some of the papers I cut into artist trading card size or pocket letter size, so whoever gets this can use these to make either one. They can cover them up with gesso or whatever they want, but there's enough there for a pocket letter plus an extra to do whatever they want with. They can use them for trading cards as opposed to a pocket letter, whatever they want to do. And then some eyelash trim on here. And then I thought this paper looked sort of tropical, so I did put in two, ooh, sorry for the glare, two of the mermaid tags with shells on them from Michaels. They're played on the back. They're really slippery, shiny, so if you want to alter them, you need to gesso them or sand them a little bit if you paint them or something. And then in this pocket, again, I had strips left. This was the pink paper, so I was making card fronts, and then I decided not to make them into cards because I thought they might want to do something else. So actually, here's another ATC, and then these are like card front size. I might make another card front and card base and stick it in here too, and I'll put envelopes in for the cards so they'll have enough for that. And then here, oh, I have to tell you, I forgot to tell you, this double pocket is not permanently adhered. I use these Scotch reusable, you have to make sure they're reusable mini squares. Some of them say temporarily reusable and then they become permanent, but these definitely peel up. They're restickable, photo safe. I love these things. I hope Scotch doesn't stop making them. I got a little worried because Target was having a clearance and they were clearancing a lot of Scotch stuff out. So anyway, I have one in each corner and one in the middle, so you just have to be careful pulling it up, but the whole pocket will come off so that this paper can be used. And the same is true, this little book only has one. See, it's on there, but it peels right up. I had this little piece of paper left, exactly this shape. It's like 4.5 by 3.5, I think was the size. Yep, 4.5 by, oh, let me make sure that's right. Yep, 4.5 by 3.5, and then I folded it in half. I just got some copy paper and I just made a little book and put some butterfly stickers on that. I kind of decorated a little bit. And this is Eslon thread. I just poked some holes and sewed it on with, and just put two little bead dangles down here at the bottom that sort of match the color of the other papers. So I thought that was cute, and they can take it out and put it in their purse or whatever they want to do. I made two rosettes, one here and one back here. I did adhere these jewels down on the front, but they are also stuck down with the reusable squares. So they can be removed and used on whatever project they want. And then I was running out of ideas. So I just started doing what you do in a pocket letter. Here's some bling that matches the paper. And there's more somewhere else. And there's some of these jewels in different colors, orange, lilac, blue. There's two pink and two white. So they're in this side, and this, I made this little topper with a little strip, and then these flowers are Prima flowers like this, and I think I put some somewhere in this thing. for the, oh yeah, right here. This is an extra piece of the pink paper I had left. I just stapled the topper on, so again, it can be unstapled. This is in reused repackaging. And then I had messed up two little circle punches. They had a flat edge, so I put one on the front and one on the back because it lined up with the top. And then this flower is a Recollections paper flower out of here, which didn't exactly match, but oh well. And then this is another rosette that comes off. And then here I had these little pack of note cards. I did not make these. These are Tina Higgins, courtesy of MHS Licensing. Not sure where I even got them. Might have been a yard sale or something. But they had butterflies and flowers on them. I thought they were pretty, so I'm gifting 2 of those. And then we come over here, and this is more bling, but it's clear and little tiny pearls. I had long strands out front and back. And then I had some flamingo sort of beachy stickers and some like pina colada type drink stickers. And this little gold paper clip with the tassel came like that, so I'm gifting that. And then here I just have some note papers, and I actually wanted the bird one to be on top, but I don't know. Hang on. There's a little birdhouse and a bee and some flowers. And this is a butterfly paper clip, butterfly shaped paper clip. There's 2 of them in here. I think I missed showing you the first one. And I'm actually gonna hook this down here, and that way you can see the birdhouse and the pretty little teapot down here. This is just some writing paper. I have colored writing paper. It's one each of purple, blue, and green, and the green matched the paper better, but there's blue in it as well. And this was a bought paper clip, and it has a little wood piece on the back. I was going to try and cover that, and I decided not to. So that is that. Those 2 pages. And then here I just put in some of this tool, I guess it's called. I don't know. I have trouble using that stuff, so. And then here I gifted some of the ribbons. I hope it stays on here. I just wrapped it around a piece of acetate. There's approximately 30 inches to a yard of each one, but I was losing track when I was counting, so there may be a little more or a little less on some. And that, I think, is the final pocket. And then this, here's the middle back here. This is just through the middle. And then that holds it all together, sort of, except that I probably should have used a bigger ribbon. And then you just tie a bow, and they can even remove that and use that ribbon if it's still workable by the time this gets gifted. Now, that said, I think I'm going to be using this as part of my 2,000 subscriber giveaway prize, or maybe it'll be, yeah, I think it will be part of the prize or an additional prize or something. Haven't figured that all out yet, but I am going to be saving this towards my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. There will be more on that later. I'm only at 1,921 subscribers as of this evening. I'm filming this on Saturday. So I don't know how long it'll take. It took me quite a while, it seemed like anyway, to get from 1,800 to 1,900. So we'll see. About the time I get to 1960-ish, I'll probably announce the challenge giveaway, okay, for 2,000 subbies. Alright guys, that's all. Please go check out Paige's channel. I'll put the link below. Thank you so much for watching. Did I do okay on my very first Flowish journal with using paper? Not, you can use fabric, and she used wallpaper, and it's more It's not as stiff, and I think that would be better, but hey, I'm using my paper pad, right? And for this used 12 sheets total. So altogether I have used 15 sheets so far out of 48, 3 last month and 12 this month. There are 7 12 by 12s used just to do the journal, plus the one on the inside of the cover, which would be 13. I'm sorry, 7, 8, and then let's see, I figured all this out. One was rosettes and tag toppers, and some of the punch shapes. Another one was punch shapes, ATCs, bows, the double pocket, and the mini book was one, and floral envelopes, tags, and IC cards I had written as another one. Anyway, it came out to be I used 15 total so far, 12 this month and 3 last month. So I still have 33 more sheets to go. Yikes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Go see Paige if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I do appreciate your support, your continued support. And yeah, come back again next time. Actually, I have another collab airing tomorrow, and that is the 3-into-1 collab. So I'll see you soon. Hugs, love, and peace. I mean on the 1st, April 1st. And it's not April Fool's. It's actually gonna happen. Okay, bye for now.